Good afternoon, or should I say almost good evening. We are ready here for a OHSAA battle between the home Winwood Warriors and the away Mount Healthy Owls. This is Ian Liddell here with Ben Quackenbush at Winwoods High School, ready for the varsity matchup between the Winwoods Warriors and the Mount Healthy Owls. Tonight we'll actually have two varsity games. The first game tonight will be obviously the boys' game, and then at 7 o'clock there'll be an evening game. So Ben, what are you thinking? Weather here looks. We had a huge rainstorm come through, just to the east of us. So hopefully we'll be able to get in a good night without any adverse weather.
As you just talked, we just saw a lightning bolt on the right-hand side of the field. But yeah.
We're high enough up, so maybe they won't see it on the field. So,
As you see, there's two people in white jerseys, and the reason why Winton Woods is wearing the orange penny tees is because so they won't get mixed up. So sorry if we don't say your name for Winwood players.
I think they did that for the benefit of the announcers, because we'd be pretty difficult figuring the two teams apart. For sure. And these two teams are only, Mount Healthy's maybe 10 minutes away?
Yes.
And Mount Healthy is part of the Southwest Ohio Conference, while Winwoods is part of the Eastern Cincinnati Conference.
And both teams are taking for their first win. Mount Healthy is 0-3, coming off 9-0 loss, 9-0 loss, against Deer Park. 7 goals conceded in the first and 2 in the second.
And we'll do the throw-in for Mount Healthy. That was Michelle Fordor. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong roster. That was Winwood's roster. That was JJ, also known as Jocelyn Aguilar.
With the Wood on the break, we're heavy on the break, and the goalkeeper for Woods gets a grasp on the ball.
Ben, those are some long locks on that one girl from Mount Healthy.
Indeed.
So in high school, there'll be 40 minutes of two halves of 40 minutes apiece. Typically, the clock will run in a high school game throughout. And then sometimes they stop it in the last couple of minutes, or do they just play it through?
They play it through, but when there's a dead ball, they'll stop it.
Yeah. In the last couple of minutes, right?
And when any play is dead. Like if there's a penalty kick or a corner kick, they'll stop the clock.
Which is a little bit different from like the
Pro
professional
soccer.
ranks.
And when there's a stoppage, they'll add time.
Yep. For those of you who are watching that aren't familiar with soccer, one of the rules that causes probably the most confusion is offsides. You want to explain offsides to the benefit of our novices, Ben?
I don't really know that.
Offsides? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, offsides is one call that's a little bit tricky to explain. When we wait till we get to a point where there might be one.
I'll look it up. I just figured it out. A player in offside position is if any part of the head, body, or feet in the opponent's half, and any part, head, or body, or feet is near to the opponent's goal line, then both of the ball and second last opponent will be deemed offside.
One of the things that's the case in one of the things that's got added to the professional ranks, and I'm not sure if college doesn't have it,
VAR?
but they got VAR, which stands for video.
Assistant referee.
Is that what it stands for?
Yeah.
Video assistant referee.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it's one of the most controversial things that's out there. Just this past weekend, it was a major controversy with there's a rivalry in Ohio called Hell is Real, and it's based on a sign. If anybody's driven 71, there's a sign about halfway in between that lists 10 of the commandments to listed, and they've named the rivalry after it. Here's an opportunity for Winwoods. Stolen back by number 2.
Trying to find space and up for a throw.
So anyway, going back to that rivalry, it's the Columbus Crew versus FC Cincinnati, and that rivalry only started a couple years ago when FC Cincinnati formed their own professional team, but it started to turn into a big rivalry.
And the call comes through an offside decision when the player was offside by a mile, and it started a huge controversy between fans, players, especially the staff.
Yeah.
And resulted in a goal and cost us FC Cincinnati the 3 points.
So we got a pretty even matchup so far, I think. A little bit back and forth. I don't think either side has an advantage per se.
As I said, both teams are taking for a first win.
Looks like we got a little cheerleading from the Windwoods boys team, perhaps, or could that be the JV team?
Men's team,
I
varsity.
think men's team. They're dressed up. Yep, they're ready for the 7 o'clock matchup. So they got some time. So they came out here to cheer on the girls' varsity team.
Winton Wood on the counter
Lots of
and out
speed.
for a corner.
Looks like a first corner kick, indicated by the lineman. So you want to explain, Ben, the different officials in this game? You've got a head referee, right?
Yep. So the head referee will deem the yellow cards and the red cards, and for a corner kick, they'll have the flags and they'll point for they'll put the flag up if it's a offside or a potential foul, and they'll point to the goalkeeper as a goal kick or offside, and they'll point to the corner flag as a corner kick.
Yep. Then your line guys are calling offsides or calling fouls sometimes. And you'll see sometimes in the game where the head ref will go over to the lines guy to get an assistant on something ruling.
And they'll play that corner short.
Might be a good opportunity here for Mount Healthy. And picked up.
As far we're hitting the 7-minute mark in the first half, and the only team that is threatening is the Owls. But have failed to set the keeper. Misplayed ball, miscommunication there by Winton Woods.
There's not a lot of possession so far. Here's an opportunity.
What a great through ball. But Winton Woods comes out to defend. But failed to keep possession.
Very nice job by Mount Healthy there, taking the possession away.
Throw taken quickly.
Nice back heel.
Winton Wood throw.
Looking to go down the wing, maybe. Oh, very
What
nice
a great
move.
skill move. Pair in front.
Oh, and
And-
not possess it.
Winton Wood had a golden chance to put him up front, but the number 9 could not get clear possession of the ball. So Mount Healthy catches a huge break, approaching the 10-minute mark.
That was a nice reverse move there by Win Woods.
That was the first opportunity for both sides to test the keeper, but if she had gotten that control of the possession, that would have been 1-0 easily for the Winton Woods Warriors. And to get their first goal of the season, because they have been shut out for the first 3 times. First 3 games, I mean. Sorry.
This game number 4 for Win Woods.
Yes. Both men and girls have 4 games in. Both teams are winless. They're both. But girls is 0-2 and men's is 0-3.
I want to talk a little bit about the standings in the Eastern Cincinnati Conference. The teams that make up the Eastern Cincinnati Conference are Loveland, Milford, Kings, Turpin, West Claremont, which is a new high school which combined the old Glen Estee and Amelia, I think. Then you've got Walnut Hills, Lebanon, Little Miami, Winton Woods, and Anderson. So you have a pretty wide geography. Leading the conference at this point with a 1-0 record is Loveland. Loveland also happens to be 5-0 in the conference. So we got a strong roster. Second in the league, you've got Milford. The Milford's 1-0 in the conference. They're 4-0 overall. And then number 3, you've got Kings, who's 1-0 and 3-0. And then Turpin, which is actually part of Anderson, they're 1-0 and 3-0 in the conference as well. So we've got 4 teams that are undefeated so far. Turpin used to be set up that they were in Anderson, and typically the soccer players played for Turpin and the football players played for Anderson. You could actually choose which school that you wanted to go to, but now it's done strictly by where you're located. So you can no longer choose which school. You get put in the school that you're in that's chosen for you. So anyway. Looks like we have a kickoff there for Mount Healthy.
Took an awkward bounce in favor of Mount Healthy. Winton Woods is very strong defensively. Make sure they keep him off the ball and avoid a huge break in the counter. Mount Healthy on a huge counter. Great chance.
It's going to be a big opportunity for Mount
And
Healthy.
it's 1-0.
Mount Healthy has the lead. And they're excited. The Owls scored. See if we're going to get a replay on that one, Ben.
It was lead to miscommunication, but what a great through ball and what a finish.
Which puts Mount Healthy probably in their first lead of the season, I bet.
You are correct. Mount Healthy has struggled to find the net in their first 3 games of the season. Both teams entered the season scoreless in their first 3 games. Which was trying to quick respond on a quick counter, but leads to miscommunication.
Oh.
Winton Woods looked deemed to make it respond quickly, but the center half deemed to stop her run.
So there's 2 other games this evening in the Eastern Cincinnati Conference. You've got Coleraine is at Walnut Hills, and West Claremont is playing up north at Sycamore High School. Both of those games are starting at 7 o'clock.
Winton Woods gets a throw in the offensive area, trying to equalize.
So looking at Mount Healthy's roster, it looks like a young squad overall. It looks like you've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 seniors Kamora Barnes, number 24. Naomi Campbell, number 21. Tanya Irby, number 22. And then finally, Kalana Sanders.
Winton Woods has the keeper,
Oh,
but misplayed it.
Big save. Remains 1-0. But looking at the roster, Ben, they've got a lot of sophomores and one freshman. Sarah Brown, number 19, is a freshman, but they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They have 12 sophomores.
And we saw 2 lightning bolts on the right-hand side of the field, so there's a question about being a possible rain delay. But it's a plan for now.
You see some lightning?
That's this one there.
Please leave the stadium, take cover. Lightning is in the area. Please leave the stadium and get under cover.
And now we have a rain delay.
30-minute delay.
Which gives the announcers their time to shine now. Or we'll take a pause. Okay.
So we'll be back in a possible 30 minutes, but if lightning continues to happen, we might end the girls game and possibly go into boys.
We'll see how long. I'm just trying to think, Ben, how long is the stated delay when you've got lightning? Is it 20 minutes?
30.
30 minutes, okay. Well, Ben and I had 30 minutes of conversation to talk about. We maybe continue, but maybe we'll take a break and come back.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll be back. We'll be back here in 30 minutes, but for you, if you're watching it later, it'll look like right away. So we'll talk to you later.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
So, update on the weather. The boys' game is canceled for 7 o'clock, and we're still waiting on confirmation if the game's going to be canceled for the girls' game. We just saw 3 bolts in the space of 15 minutes, so we're doubtful for the girls' game.
So we're going to spend the next couple of minutes here talking about the thunderstorm, the lightning rolls in southwest Ohio as we know it. As we were talking about it, Ben, it's 30 minutes between strikes of lightning. Every time we see lightning. So there's no rain out here tonight. If you go about 20 minutes south of us, it's raining cats and dogs. Here it's dry as a bone. I don't think there's been rain all night.
So in phase 3 Thunderbolt, it's like an hour and a half. So I doubt the referees will say game kickoff at 8 o'clock, because then the game will be over at 10.
Maybe Mountain Healthy has higher powers here, and they got their 1-goal lead.
It-
Then somebody, their stake was to hit the Storms, and Mount Healthy come out of here with a 1-0 win tonight over Winton Woods. Unless they decide to reschedule the game, but I guess if we're looking at the forecast right now, it looks like 7:30. Looks like we got lightning close to us, heavy rain to the south. It's just a matter of how long it'll stop flashing. So. Anyway, here at the facilities, and I assume they'll probably try to reschedule this game. And anything else, Ben?
Nope.
Before we sign out?
It's me, Ben Quackenbush, and Ian Liddell, White Cloud Community Media.
In the middle of a lightning delay.
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more friends. I will be active now and when I'm a grown-up.
I will learn how to work hard. I'll have better attendance.
I'll learn how to overcome adversity. I'll be more likely to go to college. I will learn how to get along with others. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school.
I must learn to be a good student during school if I want to put on my uniform after school.
sequence. No.
So the girls' game is now canceled. So both games are now suspended and possibly rescheduled. But since it's not a conference game, it's up to the schools to reschedule.
Yep. Well, thank you guys for listening in tonight. 15 minutes of glory, and we will signing out here from Winwoods High School. We'll see you later. This is Ian Liddell with Ben Quackenbush. Have a good evening.